If by some chance, some stroke of luck, or some act of God, you have stumbled upon this broadcast, you are listening to the Chivalry Chronicles with your host, Dr. DLH.
I'm a damn doctor.
David.
We're going to bring the tea.
refuse
To not drink during the podcast.
Yeah.
And me, Jaime.
They need to make podcast equipment a lot more expensive to get some of these clowns off the air.
Gather around as we discuss a modern, manly approach to chivalry. So I hope you're ready, because I know we are. So let's get into it. And we're back. Come on, Rob.
That was in sync.
So, for today's episode, we have Robert Rodriguez here, a sports rivalry connoisseur.
Expert.
Is that right? Expert. And we also have Leo Noriega, who was always on our show. He's the top P1, and he's the other sports rivalry expert. So, I got to bring experts in when I talk about sports. I can't just have anybody. It's got to be people that watch sports. And I know Rob watches every damn sport known to man. Dude, he even watches soccer. Like, come on, man. He watches golf. What else do you watch? Cricket? Do you watch cricket?
I watched Kentucky Derby last couple weeks ago.
Oh, my God. And Leo, of course, is a big WNBA fan now. Follows Paige Beckers and Ozzie Fudd and,
Hey, the Wings just freaking killed New York. So
Yeah, what did Ozzie? She had like 20 some odd points.
yeah, she went off. She had like 17 points in the third quarter. I think she outscored the Liberty herself.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I was saying that when she debuted, everyone was clowning on her because she wasn't doing too well, but looks like she's found her footing.
Yeah. They were blaming
no,
the coach.
now, you can call me out on my WNBA fandom. I just, I'm a neophyte, so it's all good.
I know,
That's
but
the only one, though.
but that's what we're talking about, right? Like, so, but you have gear, right? You have a shirt. What do you have?
No, I got my shirt. I got my Page shirt. I got my Page Funko Pop.
Funko
I need
Pop,
that
too.
new. I need the new gear, the new version that they put out. I need that one.
Yeah, so according to Leo has all these rules, man. He's just like his older brother. There's so many rules. So apparently, as a Dallas fan, Cowboys, Rangers, Mavs, and Stars, the only thing we can wear right now is Ranger stuff. So as you see, I'm wearing a Ranger
Is
shirt.
it because it's in season?
Yeah, that's it.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I do that too.
You do?
Yeah, I won't. You won't see me in a Chicago Bears t-shirt right now. You won't see me in a Chicago Bulls shirt. But then once they're in season, that's when I'll start wearing that gear. Right now, it's all White Sox.
What about hats, dog? Because
That's different. If it matches
Yeah.
what I'm wearing, then I will put on that particular hat.
yeah, so that's the other thing that I kind of get conflicted is when I wear let's say I'm wearing this shirt today, and then throwing on a Rangers hat just seems like. Like when you're a Neil, when we pledge,
you
you're
wanna
like,
double up?
yeah, you want to double up on letters. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I see your point, and I do it with golf. If I'm wearing a shirt that has one logo on there,
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a golf hat with a different
Right.
logo on. I'm gonna put on like a Titleist or just some
yeah,
golf hat. But I see the point with the sports. So you don't want to double up.
yeah,
Look like you're a Mr. Super fan.
yeah.
But yet, I
It's too
get
much.
I get
It's too much.
I get
Yeah.
it.
So that's why I have a bunch of just solid black shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, I think it's Dr. Dre or something.
yeah. That way, I can wear the black hat with everything.
Yeah.
But today the topic is sports rivalries. Basically, we can start. Rob, Leo, tell me how you want to handle this. Like, do we want to talk about, like Dr. Carlton Maxwell, the psychology of sports? Do you want to talk about the psychology? Do you want to talk about
So long as you're not sipping your coffee.
yeah, appreciable? Do you want to talk about? Here's the reason this topic. I was thinking about this topic as I was at work, and my coworkers, they're Spurs fans, so that thing I got to deal with that. But I was saying, I hate that guy, and this was a couple of years ago when the Mavs were actually in the playoffs. I was like, man, I hate Lou Dort, and and I hate Chet Holmgren, and I that OKC team. And then so my coworker was like, Jaime, why do you hate so many players? You know, why do you hate them? And I was like, that's the whole point of being a fan. Like that comes with the dinner, right?
Yeah, it's part of the passion. It's part of the passion of it.
He didn't understand it. And I don't know if he's because he's older, you know, he's up in his 70s and he just doesn't have that anymore. Like kind of that angst that, you know, I hate that guy. But I was like, bro, like, do you never ever hate? And we had this discussion the other day with DLH and David. I was like, DLH, have you ever booed a player? He's like, no, I don't think I've ever booed a player. I was like, what? Like, how can you?
I can't believe that. I think in sports nowadays, you see a lot of fans booing players because it has become more of a player-driven type thing in a business. You see it all the time with Patrick Mahomes in football.
Oh, yeah.
In these playoffs, you know, you go to anywhere here in town, they're going to boo Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They're going to boo
Caruso now.
You know, as I told you about earlier about with my family, you know, we got a bunch of Aggies, but yet they're booing Caruso. I'm like, hey, he's an Aggie. To hell with him, that cue ball, MF, or blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it's just that passion, you know. And we saw it when the Mavericks and the Spurs had the rivalry with Dirk. You know, all the San Antonio fans are booing Dirk. Same with Dallas fans. I'm sure they were booing Ginobili. They were booing Duncan because
Bruce Bowen, the dirtiest player ever.
Bruce Bowen, exactly. He's the dirtiest player. Same with now Lou Dort. You're going to see a lot of people, you know, despising him because he is the dirtiest player. And you're going to see them despising SGA not only because he's a great player, but he also flops a lot.
Oh, he's terrible.
It's because nowadays sports is driven by the player more so than the team. And so you now have a lot more fans going for that particular player versus the entire team.
Yeah.
I don't think that stunts anything about our rivalries because I think the rivalries are still what fuels a lot of why people go to games and why people view it on TV.
And I think you have to have that. I think you have to have somebody on the other team that you just hate. I think that makes the game better, makes the matchup better.
For sure.
Like you can't have, you know, I can't think of a team that I just have no feelings towards in the NFL. But it's one of those things like, yes, you know, with sports rivalries, sometimes, you know, high stakes, championships, all that stuff makes the rivalry better. But you have to have a villain. You have to have somebody. And that's why I was saying that, like in the playoffs, that only intensifies it. I mean, Leo, we were talking about this. What are players that you just hate? Like, you know, and it's always after a playoff series because they see each other at least 4 up to 7 games and you just start hating players. Like Booker. I hate Booker. Yeah, as a Mavs fan, you know.
From the Suns.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade, hate him. Never ever. I don't care what he does. He could, you know, save, you know, 1 billion kids out of burning buildings. And I'm like, I hate that guy. So, Leo, what do you think? Like, how do you go about explaining sports rivalries?
I mean, there's definitely, especially across all the sports, like when you're starting to get into, like you said, especially in the playoffs. Like, I think if you were to flip flop it and say like how the Rangers Astros rivalry kind of went up a notch a few years ago.
Oh yeah,
and how all of those clowns hate Adolis Garcia. It's like, he's all of a sudden he's on steroids just because he owns Astros. Doesn't he's on steroids, man. So, and then, you know, they would boo him subsequently. Like, I'm sure if he goes down there with the Phillies, he'll still get booed. But for me, over the years with the Cowboys, obviously with the Mavs, all through the 2010s and 2000s, we had the Kings, right?
Yeah.
We were dealing with them. We were dealing with those Amari Stoudemire, Steve Nash,
the Suns,
Matrix Suns teams. Obviously, the Spurs. We are just talking about all those clowns.
Damn, dog.
I know.
I feel the angst already.
And then OKC has really just annoyed me throughout the years.
Oh yeah,
way back, Russell Westbrook, freaking
Harden,
Kevin Durant,
KD,
all of those,
except Serge Ibaka. I thought he was good though. I kind of like Serge Ibaka, but Perkins.
And then, you know, into this new, you know, in the Luka era, we, like you said, Booker and the new OKC clowns. Unfortunately, you know, we shipped out Luka before we could have got into some kind of Dallas, San Antonio resurgence, right?
Right. Yeah, we got robbed.
That would have been right, because Wembanyama. Like I'm just sick of that dude. I don't care what anybody says.
What? He's the Buddha, dog. He's like the monk.
Leo's got a great point. It brings up this question or a couple questions. Okay, so like Luka went to Mavericks rival, and the Lakers.
Yeah.
But he was so revered by Dallas fans that they didn't boo him. What if Altuve got traded to the Rangers? Would you have still that angst for him because he was Mr. Trash Can, Mr. Sensors on his body and all that, and he cheated his way to a World Series title? Or would you now say he's wearing the good guys?
He's wearing the laundry, dog. He's wearing the laundry.
Now we're gonna say he's our
like Seinfeld said, right?
Yeah.
like with Terrell Owens when he went from San Fran to
We had this conversation, Leo and I. No, who was it? Well, somebody else. But yeah, we talked about that. What if when they come to your team, and it's like, man.
Because that's where it gets to the rivalries part too. Because you had the 49ers, the Cowboys, they were going at it pretty hard back in the
you get
late
Dion
90s and the 2000s.
Ken Norton goes over there. Dion comes this way.
T.O.
Yeah, T.O. I mean, when he started doing well with the Cowboys, T.O., you become a T.O. fan, dog. You start doing the T and the O after he scores a touchdown. You love all the antics.
Start throwing popcorn in your face after every touchdown.
Yeah, go and run to that star and, and throw your hands up. But when he did it, we're like, this son of a bitch going to run to the star.
And now I think you're starting to see that in college, too, with the transfer portal. You're seeing a lot of kids now jump into the rival schools. So that whole, maybe that's softened a little bit part of the rivalry somewhat. But you wonder as fans, like, with that angst that you had towards the player because they were playing for your rival.
Yeah.
Is this now, what's the dynamic now with it? If they're going to play for your team or they get traded to a rival.
With the salary cap and players don't stay with their teams anymore. I think it's easier to boo him when he leaves, like Micah Parsons, he got traded. It's easier to boo him when he's over there than to root for a player that you hated when he comes to your team. But if he starts doing well, then you got to be like, hey, man, we all in.
I think T.O. is the best example of that.
Yeah, good.
Dion,
49ers and
point.
Eagles.
Yeah, Dion.
Dion, too.
Because Leo and I talk about this all the time. That 94 NFC Championship game that Dallas lost to the Niners, that's probably the worst loss I've ever felt. And it's probably because I was younger, And I could probably still name that damn roster. And it's kind of like, what's her name from Game of Thrones, where she... Did you watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Okay. Leo, you didn't watch it either, did you?
No, I watched it.
Okay, so Game of Thrones, you remember, what's the Stark, the youngest one, is it Arya?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she starts naming the people that she wants to kill.
Yeah.
That's how I feel with that 94 roster, with like Tim McDonald and Eric Davis and, Dion and
Merton Hanks.
Yeah,
Merton Hanks, Dana Stubblefield. Yeah, Ricky Waters, Jerry Ryan. Like I can name pretty much the whole roster.
The whole roster.
Because I hate them so much. Yeah, and so it's one of those things. Like it you hate to see Ken Norton.
What's the old Washington coach, Jaime? Not Joe Gibbs, but
Norv Turner,
Mike Shanahan,
Dave wants that.
No, from the 70s.
Oh,
George Allen.
George Allen.
George Allen. There's that famous clip of him clapping on the sideline before the game, and he hates the Cowboys.
Yeah,
and he's like Roger Staubach and company. Roger Staubach.
Sounds like Abigail doesn't like him either.
He starts naming the whole squad.
Yeah, and I think that's how it is, right? When you hate players, and you just every time they make a good play, and they, with the Giants. Remember we were talking about this? The Giants. Who was the wide receiver that they start playing salsa music?
Oh.
Victor
Cruz. And then freaking the broadcast started playing it. Yeah. And I was like, really? I mean, it's bad enough this dude just scored a touchdown and he's dancing, but you're going to then add the music and shit like as they're going to break and shit. That shit pissed me off. So Victor Cruz on that list too. Him and Odell.
They always show that one-handed catch, but we won that game.
Well, it was an incomplete pass too.
It
They didn't score on that play. He was
No,
out of
it was
bounds. He was out of bounds.
no, it was a touchdown.
Are you sure?
Yes, positive.
I could have sworn that was. It was
No.
incomplete. Well, yeah, he was out of bounds. I thought he caught it out of bounds.
He caught it with 3 fingers, dog.
Still a hell of a play.
That's
Who was the defender?
Anyway.
Who was the Cowboys defender? Boy, Jeff Heath.
no. It was a corner. Who was it? I think I have his jersey.
Dexter Clinksdale.
Mo Claiborne,
No, it wasn't Mo Claiborne. I want to say.
Brandon Carr,
I think it was Brandon Carr.
Could have been, yeah.
Yeah, that's who it was because I have his jersey.
39, right?
Yeah. So terrible play. And Des caught it. Anyway, as we go on.
Absolutely.
So, okay. As far as rivalries, right? There needs to be some star power too. You know, you got to have some individual matchups. I know with the Cowboys, you know, they always ran into the Eagles. The Eagles had that freaking that defensive line that was just ridiculous. When the Giants were really, really good, you know, you had LT and all those guys. So there's got to be some kind of star power to make it better. Right? You can't have, you know, Dirk versus Duncan, that type of stuff, you know. Shaq and Kobe versus, you know, Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Like those were like star matchups.
And you bring up a good point because when we're compiling these lists of rivalries, I think one thing that stood out and it brings up what your point is, those teams that are always on the list, they have that star player.
Always.
They have that, you know, they have that name that's going to attract people to watch it. So that's also what creates that rivalry, makes it stronger.
Yeah, no, it's the Lakers famously always have the best player in the league at some point, right? Or they always come up with somebody. Here lately with the Knicks resurgence, which is kind of cool with, you know, former Dallas great Jalen Brunson.
We drafted him. It's so frustrating.
Drafted him the same year as Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Could have had them
Jesus
both.
Christ. We did have them both. It's crazy.
Could have had them both in their prime at the same position. So I don't know. But anyway, we move on.
Carlisle wanted Trey Burks in instead of
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson against Utah.
Anyway, so you got to have that, right? Like we were talking about before, you have to define villains. It's always good to have a little controversy, right? Like what is it, the Bounty Bowl? Mm-hmm. You know, like when you talk about bounties, when you talk about Deflategate, when you talk about like that, just makes it better. Like, oh man, these are the two teams, like the Oakland Raiders, the Tuck Rule, mm-hmm. Oakland Raiders, and the Patriots. Next time they saw each other, like, oh man, it makes it so much better. So when my coworker's like, why don't you hate more people or more teams, right? Because that's what makes the games better.
Yeah.
When you know new coaches come in, especially in the NFC East, you know the first thing they say is like, okay, we got to beat Dallas. What's his name?
Ben Johnson with the Bears.
Yes.
You know, he was talking shit about Green Bay.
Yeah.
And when he left Detroit, I mean, he may have left on good terms, but he sure didn't act like it in the press conference.
Yeah. That's a good example of that. Harbaugh came in and said, we got to kick Dallas's ass. What's his name? The freaking Eagles coach that has a punchable face. What's his name? God, I hate that guy. He said the same thing. We got to beat Dallas.
Okay.
Which way was it up in Michigan, in Ohio State? Which one is getting the better of the other? If you can't beat Michigan, they send you out of town, man.
Yeah.
In Ohio State. I forget which way it was that it was. Somebody's dominating the rivalry here in recent history. They're winning championships, but is it Ohio State or Michigan? I can't remember.
Ryan Day he would finish 11-1, 12-1 in the season, but that one loss was always to Michigan. So there was talk that he could be on the hot seat going to all these different jobs because he could not beat Michigan until the last 2 years. And Nick Sirianni's Eagles coach.
Yeah.
Which if we were doing that over here, I mean, we could never beat Texas.
These past 2 years has been damn team. I kind of had high hopes this year too. So anyway, that gets us back to the topic. Like, if we're talking about rivalries, what are the top five college rivalries in your opinion, Rob? You're a college football guy.
So I actually broke it into college football and basketball because I think you got to throw that into the equation too with one in particular. So
Okay.
Leo mentioned it, Ohio State, Michigan has got to be your number one top rivalry in college sports, without a doubt. I mean, I think it goes beyond just football. They hate each other in basketball and other sports too. Then you got to go Texas, Oklahoma right after
Okay.
that. The Red River Shootout, which I don't get the Red River rivalry. That was kind of
Red River rivalry,
that was
tongue twister.
Yeah.
no one likes shootout because they thought it was too violent and all that. But just the way that they split the Cotton Bowl with 50-50 is amazing.
It's so cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Also, remember the old logo would be like Red River Shootout, and the T would be the Longhorn, and on the out would be OU.
Yes, yeah.
Red River Shootout. That was cool.
Yeah, it was. And they've had it at the Cotton Bowl, which is equidistance from both campuses.
Yes.
They've had that there for forever.
And growing up in Dallas, like we remember, we just never watched college football, but because it was a state fair every year around that time, you'd get free tickets, right? The ISD. And then you get all the paraphernalia, right? You see the Longhorns, you see OU, all that stuff. And it does look cool when they pan back and you see it split right down the middle. It looks cool.
It does.
F both those teams, but
Yeah, no doubt.
And then we always knew what Texas OU weekend was, even if I didn't know exactly what those things meant at the time.
Yeah,
Oh, it's Texas OU weekend. Like, what does that mean? I didn't know that till way later.
right.
What
So-
it meant.
okay, so what else do you have?
Then you got Duke, North Carolina. You go
That's
over
basketball.
there and they tell you basketball. And they talk about the two campuses are maybe 10 miles apart, but it's always like the shade of blue between those two schools is enormous just because of that rivalry. They hate each other.
Yeah.
And again, it goes through multiple sports, no matter if it's men's or women's sports. Not saying this because I'm a homer, but I think A&M Texas also is up there too.
Really?
I
You
do.
got two Texas.
I do. Right now, I think the Oklahoma Texas battle's a little bit more.
Yeah.
Got more pop to it. Just got more at stake.
Yeah.
Versus A&M Texas. Hope that changes very soon on our end. But you've got to look at when the rivalry was gone. When A&M went to the SEC, a lot of people were clamoring for, especially here in Texas, were clamoring for that rivalry to continue, much
Right.
like that they did for Oklahoma and Oklahoma State or USC Notre Dame. Like they wanted
Right.
that to go on because of
Tradition.
tradition,
Yeah.
The bragging rights here in the state, and I think there are also too some national implications as well.
There have been the past couple of years. Yeah.
Correct. So I think that's another big rivalry. And then the last was, for number 5, I got just a mixed bag of everything. I mean, you can go as Ivy League as Harvard, Yale,
Harvard, Yale, yeah.
and then you can go HBCU like the Bayou Classic, Grambling, and Prairie View.
I didn't think about that,
You got
but
those
yes.
schools that
Yeah.
also have a mean, there's this tradition, there's
Yeah.
this rivalry between those two. And then you've got, again, USC, Notre Dame.
USC, Notre Dame.
You
I
had
heard
some
that.
back in the day when we were growing up. I mean, there was Miami, Florida State.
Yep.
And then Miami and Notre Dame. You had those different rivalries. Like
Yeah.
they didn't play every year, but once they did,
Was it
you were always-
Catholics versus convicts?
Exactly. So you always were glued to the television watching those
Yeah.
those games.
What about Army versus Navy?
That's up there too. I never was in the special forces and they're in the military, so I don't know how passionate they are about Army
Yeah.
Navy, but I do know that some of the retirees, like,
It's a big deal.
yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, he's in the Navy. Oh, he ain't so he ain't shit." They'll say that, but I've never been really invested in that, so I can't really speak to see how strong that is. It's a rivalry.
I wanted to put A&M versus Texas, but because Oklahoma versus Texas is a little bit bigger, they consider themselves more of a rivalry than, but the A&M Texas fits all the other criteria, right?
Yes.
Like the culture contrast, right? Like, A&M is a military school, and Texas, they call them T-sippers, right? They're like the uppity
Yeah.
sons of bitches, over there. Like, and it is true. Like, that's the way it is. Like, now they'll go back and forth. No, they're uppity over there. No, you're uppity. No,
Right.
you're uppity. No, you are. Like, but it does meet everything else. And yeah, it would make me look like a homer if I said that, but it is. Like, you could tell because when they started playing the game, it was a big deal.
Correct.
Everybody was hype about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Jaime, the feedback I get at work, there's a lot of A&M haters at my job.
Really? In College Station?
No, like in the company,
Oh,
there's
okay.
a lot of haters. and their feedback for me is that we think we're an Ivy League school.
What? That don't even make no sense.
I said, all right, whatever you got to do to discredit me, that's fine. Whatever you got to do. You know which one though? Just to keep it more local, maybe this is a long gone rivalry, but I hated Texas Tech. I still do. I'm sorry.
That glorified community college, like what Tom Brady called them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of jacked up.
I still side eye Josh Young a little bit, on the Rangers. Like, you're my dog, but you went to Texas Tech.
Yeah, I just hated all those little receivers that
Little slots like
yeah.
Wes Welker.
Wes Welker, Jesus Christ, man! That one game, I'd already graduated. It was probably like 2002, 2003, where the score was like ridiculous, and all you heard is Wes Welker just scoring every goddamn thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that team that much, but I do kind of hate that team.
I'm with you.
They annoy me. I just hated them. And the other thing is, like you said, when you left, I remember when you left college, you were always telling me how we never lost to Texas. We never lost to Texas Tech. And I'll tell you, like, that's all we do now is lose to Texas.
Yeah. I was so mad when they lost to the Bears because that happened
Baylor.
somewhere. Yeah. I was like, what?
The miracle on Nebraska, they called it.
I was like, what's the world coming to? Like they've never lost to Baylor.
I
Like
think that one year they were on probation and they tied SMU in the Alamo Dome. They finished, I think, 11-0-1, as that one was that tied SMU. SMU of all people.
that's crazy.
Oh, Jaime, when we lost 77-0 to Oklahoma, our mom called me and
Oh my
said
God.
she saw the score.
That's bad.
what
dog. She's like, why am I getting shit from OU moms and shit? What the fuck am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? You need to explain this shit.
I'm not making that up. She called me. Like, what happened to the Aggies?
Ma's hardcore, dog. I used to talk to her about the Cowboys all the time, and I used to post it on Facebook. I was like, "Here's what my mom says," and I think she's right. It's like, like that's how big the Cowboys are, or sports are in our family. Like my mom can tell you what's going on with the Cowboys. Like I can call her right now, and she's like, "Well, George Pickens, are they going to sign him?"
I love it.
Yeah. I don't know where she gets this info, but it's pretty fucking good info anytime she says anything. All right, so we covered college. Do y'all want to tackle which one of the big four or the top four? We're only going to do three of the top four. Y'all want to go NFL, NBA, or baseball?
We said tackle. I was going to go NFL.
All right, NFL. All right, Lel. I gave Rob the floor because he's a college football guy, college sports guy. You're an NFL guy. Which are your top 5 NFL rivalries?
You're the NFL guy, but okay. I can only pick one Cowboys rivalry.
No, this is your list. Pick whomever.
Okay. All right. I think the best rivalry in the NFL, it doesn't have a lot of juice anymore, but Cowboys, Washington.
Yeah, Cowboys, Redskins.
Yeah, I can't know. See, I was trying to stop myself from saying Redskins.
No, it's Redskins. Though.
Dallas, Washington.
With that goofy ass new logo with the freaking spear or the arrow that.
Yeah,
You know,
it's starting to it's becoming too much Florida State for my taste. But
yeah.
whatever. Cowboys, Commanders, Dallas, Washington, whatever. Cowboys, 49ers.
Okay.
Let's see. I really like the AFC, like which division? Baltimore, all those teams. North?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Steelers, Ravens, Browns, Bengals.
Steelers, Ravens
is
is a big one.
Yeah.
I think I would put that at 5. That's like my last one. Like I'll watch those games, right? Like they're all
absolutely.
they seem to always play on Sunday night too, right? Like
Yeah, they're physical. Mofos getting
Steelers,
CTE
Ravens
right there.
It seems like it's always on Sunday night. Steelers, Ravens would be at the bottom, so I need to fill in my other 2 in there.
Okay.
But I think Cowboys, Eagles, and
Okay.
Cowboys, Giants could go on the list. But I don't want to fill my whole list with Cowboys.
I mean, it is the most, it is the most viewed game. Freaking Giants. What? How many? Like 7 out of the last 10 years have been Cowboys Giants to start off the season.
It's always
Yeah.
Sunday night football.
It's always freaking Sunday night.
But I kind of want to shout out Rob because Bears, Packers, and Bears, Lions are big games. But I think Bears, Packers belong.
Oh
somewhere.
yeah, no, they're probably the number one, I would think.
Yeah. So I'll put Bears, Packers on there.
Yeah.
Right, and also the oldest rivalry, right?
Yep.
We'll go Cowboys, Commanders, Cowboys, 49ers, Cowboys, Eagles, Bears, Packers, Steelers, and Ravens.
Okay, that's 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have
Okay.
him in that order, but I've got the same 5 on mine.
Really?
Yeah.
So y'all
I don't have Giants, but I've got
Eagles
I got
and
the other
Commanders.
3, yeah.
Not Kansas City.
I got Eagles, Commanders, and the 49ers.
Yeah.
But no, that's
Bears,
I got a
Packers,
solid
Steelers,
list.
Ravens. Yeah, I have Dallas Eagles, Dallas Commanders. I also had Dallas 49ers. And then, anytime you mix up like Denver versus KC or Denver or Raiders versus Kansas City, I mean, that's always a good rivalry. And then the one that I have that's kind of a new one that I kind of enjoy watching is San Francisco.
Bills and Chiefs.
Bills and Chiefs is a good one.
yeah.
I forgot about that one, but like San Francisco, Seattle is also really good.
Yeah.
Actually, that whole division are super competitive against each other. Like they can't get one leg up on. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like whoever's winning the division is losing to the other 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And it's just like they're the Rams and Seattle Rams and freaking Niners. You remember in the 90s, different cities, same old Rams, like the 49ers. I think it was Dana Stubblefield or something like that. Same old sorry ass Rams. But yeah, that's a good list. Okay.
And to Leo's, with this list, why Dallas is up there so much is because, again, they attract the eyeballs. They have the star players always going to, that team. So there's always somebody who's going to be the marquee headliner in terms of a player that's going to have them on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football or those marquee matchups.
Yeah. And if you look at ratings, that's all you need to know. Mm-hmm. Dallas is probably 7 out of the 10 most viewed games every year. And they didn't have a good season last year or the year before that. And they're still, it's just, Jerry Jones is a genius at freaking marketing.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. Okay, so NBA, what do you got? Back to you, Rob.
So number 1 I've got is Boston, LA.
Okay.
The Lakers. Because I think not only from a historical sense, because again, you had Magic versus Bird when we were growing up. That was always the big thing.
Yep.
The 2 colors just contrast one another. You have the dark green against the bright yellow. Even the arenas that they played in back in the day. You get the Boston Garden that would just look grimy and old, and like there could be rats just walking through the concourse all the time.
Eating pizza and shit.
Yeah. And then you had the Forum, which is all glitzy and glamorous, just like Hollywood. The fans itself, like Boston, just look like, obviously, they probably were racist all can be like they are now, but you could tell they were like more blue collar and that they just were just really passionate about it. Whereas then you had the Lakers that they were just
Glitz,
all the celebrities. Jack
Showtime.
Nicholson, Diane Cannon were always there. So you always had those 2, and then they were always going in the finals. They'd have epic battles no matter what.
Championships, what is it? 18 versus 17.
Yeah.
Like I think Boston has 18. Lakers at 17. Unfortunately, the Mavs gave up the 18th freaking championship to Boston, which I was like, damn it.
That team was so good. That Celtics team was so good.
They were deep.
They were so
They were so deep.
Yeah.
The Mavs had ties to the Celtics early on with Donnie Nelson, and then Carlisle. And I remember when the Mavs were in the championship, right? The 2011 championship. What's his name came down. Larry Bird came to the Mavs locker room right before they played the Lakers that series, and he's like, beat those fucking Lakers. It's like, because he still hates them. And that's what I love about older players, dog. Older players hate that team, hate those players.
Yeah.
Like, old Cowboys, like in the 70s, went to the 95 Super Bowl because they're like, we hate the damn Steelers. They beat us twice. You know what I'm saying? They're like, beat that team for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I love that. Like, that's why I'm kind of like when my coworker asked me, why do you hate? Because that's how it's supposed to be.
Correct.
So when Larry Bird came down, he's like, beat those effing Lakers.
Yeah.
So they had that tie, to the Lakers. To Boston. They did. They swept them. and everything was great. But yeah, that I love stories like
The
that.
Mother's Day Massacre.
Yeah, Mother's Day Massacre.
Indeed. And then
Yeah.
some of these others, some of these are more old school, and this is back in the day. Not saying this. Well, this may have fueled the rivalry, but back in the day when the NBA, I mean, you would have brawls out there on the court.
Yeah.
So that's where I could throw in Chicago and the Knicks. That's where you could
Okay.
throw in Indiana and the Knicks. You could
Yep.
throw in Chicago, Detroit when they had Jordan rules.
Yep.
Those rivalries aren't as big these days. I mean, they still. You go to Pistons game, you're going to sell out of United Center no matter what.
Yeah.
So I think that plays into the rivalry factor. That again, having those really physical games that they did back in the 80s and the 90s. And then maybe it's because we're exposed to this a lot more because we are in Texas. But then I start looking at Dallas, OKC, Dallas, San Antonio. I think is
Dallas,
a
San
huge one.
Antonio.
San Antonio, Oklahoma City, what we're seeing right now. I think
Yeah.
that's going to be a huge rivalry as those two teams continue to battle for Western Conference supremacy.
Yeah.
I think you're going to start seeing a lot more of that. But Spurs, Dallas, I think is huge. And in doing this list, I try to find someone for the Rockets. The Rockets are just way over here. They're like, no one cares about the Rockets. I don't think they really have a true big rival the way that you would have the Spurs and Dallas.
We would have to find a Rockets fan and ask him who their biggest rival is.
I think it's Dallas for them. I think it's always Dallas for Houston.
Really?
I think so. I think it's Dallas. Yeah.
What was the game that the team, they went 7 games and the teams only won away games?
Yeah.
It was a crazy series. I have Lakers, Spurs.
Mavs Rockets?
Yeah, Mavs Rockets.
Oh, what was it 2005? We won Game 7 by 40 points. I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, that's right.
But then they came back when Jason Terry went to the damn Lakers.
Yeah.
And it pretty
to
much
the Rockets.
whooped up. I mean, yeah, to the Rockets and pretty much whooped up on the Mavs.
Wasn't there a game too where McGrady went off like in the fourth quarter
Yeah.
against Dallas or something? I know
He dunked on Bradley. It was so bad.
On Sean Bradley, famously.
But I have Lakers Spurs in the 2000s. I mean, it was a yearly event. Like these two, whoever wins is gonna win the championship because they were that good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The .5, you remember that when
Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher?
I saw that the
Oh,
other day in the highlights. And
yeah, it came up. It came up on my feed last week. So when the Spurs, finally made it back to the playoffs, all these old videos start coming up. The score of that game,
it was like 85 to 84 or something.
it was
so
under
low.
under 90. I want to say it
Yes.
was under 80. I think it was like
Could've
74, 75. And I'm just like, okay. And then I was like, wait a minute, that's the final score. Like those those scores, like it's ridiculous. Like now there's no way you would see a 74, 75 game.
For sure.
Now it's
That's
like
a WNBA
120.
game.
Yeah.
Leo, you would hate it because over here, like when they started the playoff run, it'd be like top 5 Spurs playoff moments. And they show that on the sports highlights on TV.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we got to go through
Jesus
this thing.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that surprised me the most. I think it was 74, 75.
Yep.
Such a low scoring game by today's standards. Okay, so you have your list. Leo, do you have anything to add?
For the NBA
Yeah.
rivalries, I don't think so. I think Mavs Rockets was a pretty big deal for a little bit there. I think it's the only rivalry that had any kind of heat between the two teams of all the rivalries that are Dallas Houston for a long time.
Really?
Because the Cowboys and Texans doesn't really matter, I don't think,
No.
and Rangers Astros they keep trying to make a thing out of,
Yeah.
but everybody hates the Astros. It seems
What the
like
hell?
so.
Oh, he's right about that.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Rob. I was like, when the Astros came to the AL, and that was like 2013 or something like that.
2013, yeah. They beat us the first game.
Yeah, but to me, it was like it's the Astros. Like you have no connection to them. You just like whatever. And then they started winning. Then you start hating them. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they beat the Dodgers. But anyway, go ahead.
We've been playing them in interleague since '01, and what I remember, or you can look it up. The Rangers just dominated the Astros in interleague play from '01, those 12 years or something.
Yeah.
I just remember there would always be a game where the Rangers would win like 13-2, or like it was those kind of games throughout, quote unquote rivalry, sort of like not to get ahead of ourselves, but like the Subway Series or White Sox versus Cubs, like all these regional
Yeah.
rivalries. Sometimes they're forced, like to the Eagles and what's the battle of what you call it? Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Philly.
yeah.
They don't care, right?
No.
No.
So, I feel like Dallas and Houston and the NBA, at least we've always played. So it seems
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
that's the real rival
That's a good one.
versus the others.
Well, now,
But no, I don't think I have any others.
so, but
for
you,
NBA.
yeah. So for the next one, you alluded to it with the Subway Series. So give me your top 5 baseball rivalries. Since you're a baseball
Okay,
guy.
we're on that. We're
Yeah.
on baseball. Okay. I guess number one is Red Sox Yankees,
Yeah.
right? Or debatable Dodgers Giants.
They got
I
that.
don't know who. I don't know which fan base hates each other more. Like
Yeah.
it seems like those are the ones with the most vitriol. Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers, Giants. Let's see. Cardinals, Cubs
Mhm.
comes to mind. I don't know. I think Rob's a White Sox guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think the White Sox Cubs is a thing.
It's
It's the north side and south side.
It's a thing, but it's not at that level of Cubs St. Louis.
Let's see.
I've got those on my top 3 as well.
Let's see. I'm gonna just throw in you fucking just to go against everything I just said. and say,
Tampa Bay,
and
Miami.
and I'm just gonna put Rangers Astros in there at 5. That's
Well,
like
is
a
it-
new rivalry.
Is it because of the what just happened a couple years ago? Is that why you're adding them?
Yeah, because there were real stakes. Like the winner of this series is gonna win the World Series. Like I'm positive Houston would have beaten. In that way, the entire world should be thanking the Rangers for winning the series. Because they would have gone back to back. They would have been, that changes the course of history for that team because they pretty much blew up that team.
Yeah.
Astros fans would have been more obnoxious.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Well,
you're welcome.
They wonder what would happen.
So
Everyone was wondering what happened.
Leo brought up a great point about Astros Rangers and how that's kind of was manufactured because the
Yeah.
Astros did move to the AL. It's that way too with the Cubs and Brewers. They are so close. It's the I-94 series, but the Brewers were in the American League up until they moved to the National League. Then they became the Cubs rivals, and now you go to a Brewers game and they despise the Cubs. And even parking, like you have a standard rate of parking, let's say $20, but if it's for a Cubs game, they're charging $50.
Really?
Yes. So they really take that rivalry to like that's their big thing in Milwaukee. Just haven't been in a couple games and seeing that firsthand. But it's one of those where that team did move to a different division, and that rivalry to me, I think, is just as strong as Astros Rangers. I mean, there is a lot of vitriol between the two teams and the fan bases.
Okay. So
The Cubs stole their coach, stole their manager.
that's the other thing too, is like when coaches go to the, like when Parcells had already been out for a while and had coached 2 other teams, but when Parcells was sitting on the Cowboys sideline as opposed to the Giants, I thought that was like, wow, I wonder how they feel,
A perfect example is Schlossnagle when he left Texas
Oh,
baseball
yes.
to go to Texas.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was a mess, dog. They should have just fired his ass right then and there. And
Agreed.
and then just aired out all his dirty laundry and be like, look, dude, we tried to freaking help him out and he's, over here. Well, we ain't going to get into it. Allegedly.
But no, that's the wrong
Let
side
me
of the list that Leo has. That's a
Yeah.
good list.
Okay. So we got the top 5 for baseball.
Wait, I was missing one.
Oh, shit.
Right? Didn't I just name 4?
Oh, yeah, you got 4.
I said Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers, Giants, Cubs, Cardinals, and I put Astros, Rangers
Mhm.
last.
What about Cubs, White Sox?
You know what?
Is that a big rivalry,
What's
Rob? Cubs, White Sox?
No, I was saying that I don't think it's a rivalry.
Well, we have a White Sox fan here, so.
It's a rivalry.
Really?
Yeah.
Like big?
It's huge.
There you go. So that's
Okay.
that's your 5th one. Right?
I could put that down, but another one that I see a lot now, especially, I think social media has really made a lot of this stuff more intense in the last 20 years or so. What's going on with Dodgers Padres? They freaking hate each other, like for real, for real. I don't know if y'all or follow that rivalry at all?
Well, I know the Padres did a lot in free agency in order to get to that Dodgers level, and they haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
I mean, they spent a lot of money getting Machado, getting Tatis, all of them, but they haven't gotten to that point where they're threatening to take over, and beat up in the playoffs.
I think it's one-sided. Padres, they just hate the Dodgers so much, and the Dodgers are starting to become like the evil empire, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one that I see, but I'm okay with putting the North Siders and the South Siders.
All right.
On the 5.
I always remember anytime they bring up the Cubs and the White Sox, I always remember they asked Obama, because he's from Chicago and supposedly a White Sox fan.
He is.
And they asked him, so what's your favorite player? He's like, all of them. Which is always like, right. If you're a fan.
That's cringy. That is cringy.
When you're a fan, like if somebody asks you like, and if you are a true blue fan, you always have, this is the player I follow, right? From this team. And so when he said that, I was like, no, Obama, come on, dog, pick somebody.
But then you got the Pope who really leans into being a White Sox fan. Like there's guys that are in the Vatican yelling out, go Cubs. He's like, I'm Perdido, they lost. Obama wasn't like that. He was just,
and he's president, so I would assume,
he's just being nice and all that, whereas Pope's like, nah, they lost.
I wonder if he's got a section of nothing but popes, like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Hey dog, you got a straight line to the big man upstairs, dog. Yeah. All right, so here's what we're gonna do now, Leo. Now that we pick top 5 out of those 4: college football, basketball, NFL, NBA, baseball. Now let's do the Mount Rushmore. This would be the top 4 all time. These are the biggest sports rivalries. Give me one of yours, and then we'll go to Rob. If we're just talking about all time in those 4 sports, what do you think?
Okay, then somebody has to be the greatest sports rivalry of all time.
Great.
That's in the conversation.
Yes.
Is it Ohio State, Michigan? I'm just going to put it on the list. I don't know if it's the greatest, but
okay.
I think I'll just put
let me do yours. Okay, Ohio State, Michigan. Okay, that's your one.
I mean, I don't know. That's the other thing. It's like regionally for us, the biggest thing is Texas A&M or Texas Oklahoma.
Well, but this is your list. So whatever you think, that's what we're gonna do. And then what Rob is gonna do, he's gonna give me one of his, and then I'll be the tiebreaker. I'll decide which way to go. If y'all
okay, so I'm gonna say if I had to pick college, then I'll go Texas A&M.
Texas Tech, what?
Texas A&M.
Oh, Texas A&M. Okay, all right. Rob, if we're going sports rivalries, what's your number 1 top? You don't have to do college.
I'd have to go Packers Bears. Green Bay
Oh
versus Chicago.
shit, Homer, big Homer ass motherfucker. Okay, so Rob has Packers Bears. What do you got, Lil? What's your next one?
Just because we've had so many iconic playoff moments, which we were saying strangely, there's never been Cowboys Washington playoff game ever. Right. Which is strange because
really,
because they were so good in the 80s and the Cowboys were good in the 80s. We were both good in the 90s.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put Cowboys 49ers on there.
Okay. Cowboys 49ers, even though you were talking about the Redskins. All right. So
because the 1992 NFC Championship game is still the greatest game I've ever seen in my life. And I watched the Rise of 49ers documentary or whatever on AMC.
Yeah.
And
they can't stop talking about the Cowboys.
No.
They make it prospector.
Yeah.
No, they make it seem like after the catch, they vanquished the Cowboys forever and they were never to be heard of again.
Yeah, who are they? Who are these Cowboys you speak of?
Like, we were excommunicated from the league in that timeline, and they just kept on winning.
Yeah,
Cowboys were 9.
Okay. All right, what do you got, Rob?
I have to say Red Sox Yankees. As much as I despise both those teams, I think there's just. I mean, it goes all the way back to Babe Ruth getting traded from the Red Sox to the Yankees.
I love that. I love jinxes. I love trades. And
the Red Sox hadn't been in the World Series in hadn't won 100+ years, whereas the Yankees just were, just getting them left and right.
The bleeding sock game.
Yes.
That just yeah.
A-Rod against Varitek at the plate going, they're fighting each other. Pedro throwing Don Zimmers at that ball-headed coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all. You got to throw that in there.
All right. What else you got? What do you got, Leo?
I'll throw my NBA one and just say Mavs Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Mavs versus Spurs. All right. What do you got, Rob? What's your next one?
Boy, that's a good one. I have to go Dallas, Washington. I mean, again, growing up and seeing that rivalry go at it, I mean, it goes in ways because Washington could be good, Dallas could not be good. Or it could be like Washington wasn't playing well throughout the 2000s.
Yeah.
But that was always still
the 1998, 1-15. The one was against the Redskins.
Yes.
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving.
The other one, the crazy shit that happens between the Cowboys and the Redskins, like fluky ass plays that it's like, what? You fumbled in the end zone and the Redskins picked it up and it's a touchdown and they won it because of that. Just like, what the fuck? Like,
I think, even if the other teams are playing well, there's the whole Cowboys and Indians thing with the Cowboys and in Washington.
Do y'all remember the old American Express, Tom Landry?
Yes.
He's in the full duster in the saloon, and then he's like, I always carry this, and then he goes, because you never know when you're going to be surrounded by Redskins, and you have the Redskins. I think it's like old lineman right there, right in front of him, all in full football gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one. All right, back to you, Lau. This is your last one. This is your Mount Rushmore.
I guess I'm down to my baseball pick. I wanted to do it by sport. I guess you could have just ignored that and gone just rivalries, right?
Yeah, you could have. Absolutely.
And then I just wanted to, for me, like these are the games that I get hyped for, right?
Yeah.
So for baseball, I'm just going to echo Rob and say Red Sox Yankees because those had stakes. They always have stakes. And despite not being a part of that, I-95 culture, that's something that, like Lakers Celtics, like, all these big time iconic rivalries. So I'll just throw Red Sox Yankees because, I mean, everybody remembers the comeback. What year was that? 2003?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 3-0 comeback.
Yeah.
Never happened before. Never happened since. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's that movie. What is it? That Jimmy Fallon movie?
Oh,
The rom-com?
Yeah.
what's it called? Fever Pitch.
Fever Pitch. I love that movie. I've come to find out that I love movies about fans. I love that movie.
Interesting.
Because Jimmy Fallon is like the biggest Red Sox fan. Like everything about the Red Sox. He has a lamp next to his bed, right? He's got all the gear. He's got like the jacket. Like when he gets the tickets, like that's the day he takes off and he waits for the UPS guy to bring the tickets. He has a whole board in his room and he's making his friends dance and like, hey, this is Red Sox Yankees. What do you got? He goes, I need you to move. I need you to dance a little bit. And it's to me
also,
like, what was that?
In that movie, I was watching with a keen eye. I hadn't seen it until recently. Like, wait a minute. And I started to put together that it was the year they're going to win the World Series.
Yes. Yeah.
And the home opener for the Red Sox, when he proposes to Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
It's the Rangers.
Yes.
And that didn't happen, sir. That did not happen in real life.
We talked about this. Yeah, we talked about it. And there's a bunch of scenes in that movie that I'm like, I can identify with, right? Because he's talking to Drew Barrymore because they start dating in the off season, right? And then they spring training, I think, starts happening, and then so he tells Drew Barrymore. So what we do is like we go to spring training, and then we evaluate all the players, and then she's like, and the team pays you to do that. He's like, oh no, we just do it because.
That's Jaime with the draft.
Yeah. I feel because that's me with the draft with the NFL. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he just becomes a Red Sox fan. Like when that starts, he's on the TV, like Red Sox and all this and that. And his dad is like, look at these crazy motherfuckers. And she's like, what? She's like, oh my God, that's so it's just
That's Rob.
yeah.
That's Rob fantasy with you can't use we as like
You
your
can't
part
use
of
we.
the team.
Exactly. All right, so I got two quick questions for you guys. Number
All right.
one, thankfully, Jaime, you and I aren't in this situation, but
Right. Oh
Leo,
yeah.
let's say that your wife or this girl that you love and you guys like you see her, instant attraction, all that. You find out she's an Eagles fan.
Ooh.
How are you gonna handle that? Number one, and then number two, your child. Let's say she wants to go to University of Texas to go play softball, play women's basketball, do whatever. And she goes and she signs. Are you wearing the Longhorn burnt orange gear?
Oh, Lel, that's a good question.
Eagles fan is the deal breaker.
What the hell? What if she's like super hot, dog?
Yeah.
Like you didn't know this till the NFL season. Let's say you met her like in March.
If
Y'all-
Natalie Portman is an Eagles fan, I'll let it slide.
Hey, what's her face? What's her name? Tay was an Eagles fan.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
They were at the Knicks game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at the
Why
games in
is
Cleveland
Trev-
yesterday.
Travis
What's going
Kelce.
on? Travis Kelce is
Yeah.
a Knicks fan. Okay,
No.
whatever.
He's
No,
a
he-
Cavaliers fan.
Yeah.
He's Cleveland.
Oh,
fan.
Cavs.
Ohio.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. That's what was happening. It's like, why is Taylor Swift at the Knicks game? I just assumed like, oh, New York, everyone. And no, I would never put on a Texas shirt. I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
Same thing. Jaime and I talk about that. If my daughter ever decided she want to go to Texas and is doing something for their, academic or
Yeah.
the athletic program, I can't do it. I'm just
Okay.
gonna wear solid white T-shirt or whatnot. Polo.
Yeah.
That's
With,
it.
with
That's it.
Rodriguez on the back.
No. I'm gonna be as neutral as possible.
So, Lel, if your niece, your beloved niece,
Yes.
that is a Longhorn, buys you a T-shirt, says, "Dear Lel, I got this T-shirt for you. Happy birthday." What are you gonna do?
I would do what you do and put that on the frame and stick it on the wall,
Stick it up on the wall.
And when somebody asks, like, "Oh, my niece gave me that,"
Yeah, look, she signed it.
and she signed it,
And then she
she
put the
plays
score.
for the team or something, right?
She put the score of the game on it and be like, God damn it.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good. I'm gonna do that.
You're going to do that?
That's a good call right there.
We were talking about there's this Eagles player, Nolan Smith. He said his dad is a Cowboys fan and he got drafted by the Eagles, plays for the Eagles. His dad will not wear Eagles gear. He said he wears a white T-shirt with his son's number on it. And that's all he does. He said he was trying to call him out and shit. He goes, I got that sent to me by Lupin. He's like, this be you and shit if Joaquin was drafted by the Eagles. I was like, I'd be wearing Johnson gear, dog.
Like the movie Jaime Silver Linings Playbook. I remember I went to see it at the theater, and what's his face, Bradley Cooper,
Yeah.
Eagles fan. Like
Yeah.
after, as you go through the movie, you start to realize what year it is and what season it is and how it's going to end. And it's a good movie, but halfway through it, I'm like, fuck this movie. This is when the Cowboys lose 44-6.
Yeah.
We missed the playoffs.
The famous Romo, right? If that's the worst thing can happen to me.
Is
Yeah.
that what it was? That one?
Yeah,
That game?
that's what that was. That I was like, damn it, Romo. All right, so we're back to Rob. Rob, you have so far Packers, Bears, Red Sox, Yankees, Cowboys, Redskins. What's your final?
I'd have to go Ohio State, Michigan. I think that just, again, there's so much hate between the two. What I loved, I'm sure you guys saw it on YouTube, when Michigan was going through Ohio State's football stadium playing to the music from Sicario. That was incredible. That videographer should have gotten hired on full time for that position after doing that.
Yeah.
And I think that just shows just the passion between those two fan bases and the hatred that those two schools have for each other.
All right. So now we got to do a what do you call it? A composite, or because the only thing you two agree on is Red Sox, Yankees.
Well, you're the deciding one, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but that's the only one you all agree on. So we'd have to discuss the other three. So let's talk about NFL. Packers Bears versus Cowboys 49ers. Of course, Packers Bears is oldest rivalry. They're, hadn't been a good one here in the past 10 years. I think this year they finally beat them, right? The Bears finally beat the Packers.
Twice.
Yeah, this year. But they hadn't beat them in a while.
Correct.
So
fuck Aaron Rodgers. You talk about people, players that you hate. There you go.
I would hate him too. I hate him too. I hate him too. He cost the Cowboys a couple games too. So a couple in the playoffs too.
Yeah.
One in the playoffs and two in the playoffs. 2016 and 2014.
He got in that ass.
God damn it. Yeah, they were up. And here's what pisses me off about the 2016, right? That's when the tight end is like he rolls out left, throws it, right? They kick a field goal, win the game.
That damn tiptoe catch on the sideline.
Yeah. The next game, this motherfucker gonna miss a field goal. I was like, oh, so now you're gonna miss it. You couldn't miss it like last week, you bastard. And that was a good team.
Was that Mason Crosby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Dak's rookie year. Had a solid ass team. Yeah. Fuck Aaron Rodgers, dog.
Yeah.
We can agree on that. All right. So Leo has Cowboys 49ers that have faced each other, I don't know, 8 times in the freaking playoffs.
Only the Cowboys
7, 8.
Cowboys Packers is the only other playoff, rivalry, which you don't think of it, that one as highly as Cowboys 49ers. But we've played, I think, the Packers almost as many times as the 49ers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, the Ice Bowl. Where,
which was a false start.
Yeah, it was a false start. Yep, that's false start, dog.
False start. I'm just saying. Des caught it. False start.
Des caught it.
I've never heard someone say that, but you're right. That was a false start.
That was a false start, dog. All right, so are we gonna get a consensus or do we just leave it at this? Because I don't think we can get 3. I mean, Packers. I mean,
we'll be talking for another hour to get.
Yeah. So right now we'll say Red Sox Yankees. Absolutely no problem about that. Packers Bears. I mean, it's such an old ass rivalry that
I guess something to be said when you play in January up there. Those two teams.
Yeah.
I mean, you just see the breath in the cold and the snow and all that.
You don't have an NBA one. You went two NFL teams.
Then I go Boston, LA.
Okay, Boston, LA.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too.
Okay, so there's 2 agreements. Boston versus Lakers. Celtics, Lakers. Okay. So are we gonna agree on the NFL? Let's agree with the Cowboys and Redskins. How about that? That's Cowboys. That covers Leo, and it's Cowboys Redskins. That was on Rob's list. And then we're left with college, and it's Ohio State, Michigan, and Texas versus Texas A&M. And because I don't really watch college, and I do know, screw it, we'll go Texas A&M.
Hullabaloo, connect, goddammit.
I mean, we're all Aggies here. What the hell? So there you go. There you go, Rob.
You got a problem with it, Texas.
Yeah. Red Sox, Yankees, Celtics, Lakers, Cowboys, Redskins, Texas versus Texas A&M. That's your Mount Rushmore of sports rivalries. Hit the gavel, and then we out this piece. There you go.
Board approved.
Board approved. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on your social media, and or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from us, you can follow us on Instagram and X. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.